Well, I must admit, Herr General, I'm impressed. Your execution of Rommel's plan was a stunning success. But unfortunately for you, the British have also taken notice. And I'm here to warn you, they're gearing up for a major counterattack as we speak. Your British opponents have just received a major resupply of equipment and tanks. And they're going to be throwing it directly at your forward positions in this region. I recommend setting up defensive lines on this ridge here, along the easily defensible escarpment here, and anchor your center at this desert fort here. Repulse their hasty offensive with all your might. That is the absolute minimum I expect from you. Should you have the strength for it though, I think this could be a golden opportunity to not just beat the British, but rout them entirely. See if you can penetrate the enemy lines as far as these towns here and here. Capturing both should cement that route. And then we'll see if we can't deal with that thorn in our supply chain at Tobruk.
Alright, that's exactly what I'll do. I need to put that on a Pioneer. Let's repair, repair, and repair. So, welcome back once again to Panzer Corps 2. We're playing the Africa Corps, or the Africa campaign path. Let's upgrade the last one to a Messerschmitt 109F, and let's see, I'm inclined to upgrade the recons because that will give them all-terrain movement, although I think the difference from the D to F version are also substantial. This is mostly a tank battle. Let's actually do that. Right. It seems that one of the problems here is that conveniently only the 88, which has a range of 3, is capable of defending all my air units in this area. Which is mighty convenient if you ask me, but there's nothing we can do. And since the only thing that works 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, 1, 2. I really hate this system where the dirt road is actually less. Let's count. Because if I want tank protection, like I want another infantry in here, which means that I need to shuffle. And if I place an infantry here, I need to make sure that tank support will arrive. If I place a tank unit here, it will get onto the road, and the dirt road is actually 0.8, 1.6, 2.4, 3.4, 4.4, 5.4. So it wouldn't make it if I put it in here. Putting it in here is 1.6 for this. 2.6, 3.6, 4.6. So only if I put a tank in that particular spot would it be able to reach this area. Or this area for that matter. 1, 2. Alright, so recons have movement of. Like, I have to do so many calculations for no reason. Half track. No, it's all terrain. This is 1, 2. There's a 20%, 36%, 52%. Yeah, 52, 68, 84, 100. See how crazy these calculations have to be. All right, anti-tank. Don't need an anti-tank out there. Fighter, bomber, fighter, bomber, strategic bomber, and storage. All right. So then I can place another infantry here, which is not going to be a Wehrmacht infantry because they suck. But it has to be a newly bought pioneers. And I guess I'll place infantry in there, even though that's like regular infantry is not too great. Then I also want anti-aircraft up front, and then the artillery close behind, followed by the Panzerjäger. Flak Vierling is only one, so I can actually deploy that. But flak Vierlings are not super useful, I think. Well, that's fine, actually. Alright. Some of your heroes. Alright, yeah. There we are. Well, that'll be toast. Unsurprisingly. Okay. Really? Wow, okay. That's an interesting life choice. So getting elite replacements is a lot more expensive than the cost of the unit itself. Huh. Well. Still attacking bad though. Because the Blenheim is much easier to take down with fighters. Okay, so you're getting regulars. After one attack they'll be at 2 stars again. So you should be able to go there, and you should be able to go here. Ha! Don't like the fact that I can't unload these at the proper area. But there's little I can do against that if I want to protect this area. So these guys are gonna have to juke it out with a Matilda, which I do not like because they're gonna get hurt. Alright, since I need 2 fighters for this anyway, I'll be protecting my artillery extra. And I can't bomb, maybe. But the enemy will probably still have some fighters and such, so maybe it's better just to attack this. 3-1, huh? They'll have to stay there for now. And I think these guys got it. Yeah. This is unfortunate, but Just have to accept it. It's like this recon. Alright. It's actually a bit silly of me to do this because now they can see that. Well, I can still put you in there though. Alright. That's fine, as long as I have anti-air cover, but I kinda forgot about that. They should not be able to get in there, they'll be blocked either way. This is fine though. Sure. They'll repair, I don't have any doubt about that, but maybe I can... Oh no, I just repaired those. That was silly. Alright, you need to cover this. And that's it. Okay, it's an interesting choice. Just like that. That will have to hurt, although... Yeah. Alright, well, that worked out, and I'm actually fairly happy that they attacked the Panzerjäger. That makes things a lot easier. Huh. So the thing is that seven four. I can probably unpack here as well. I have to say that this is really sketchy though. Real shame that they can't unload there. I wonder if it's because of this tank. But if I can... Alright, that that's something. Right, so I kind of need to finish these guys off as well. And I think the best way is to attack. Get absolutely no result whatsoever. Okay, let's try that again. Look, I'm not saying I'm unlucky, but this is like every single one of them had a bad roll. Now, also, I kind of need to kill it like this. It's my only shot, really. Or the only lucky thing is that a Matilda can't reach me. Alright, so what I kind... Oh, come on. Okay, the anti-tank can still do it. Okay. You in there. So that's a comparatively large counterattack. As it is, I also have no other way to deal with the Matilda except Alright, I think I know what to do. Yeah, it's not my lucky day, as you can see. Not in the slightest. Now, this might be a possible ambush when they try to go around, and I hope that that works. But there are no guarantees, of course. Well, they are entrenched, so that should work at least. Okay. Oh, right. I don't have anti-aircraft. Man, I'm so stupid. Wait, why don't you cover for the anti-tank gun? They have ammunition. That's super weird. Why would they not cover against attacks of the Matilda? Huh? That's really weird. Right? Huh. It's not necessary for them to have an unused shot, I think. It has AT support. Provide support fire to adjacent friendly units attacked by enemy's armored units. That is so weird. I'm really confused right now. Like, this does not make any sense. Unless I'm missing something, but I don't know what I'm possibly missing here. Well, if anybody knows, please let me know. I mean, I'm pretty confused, actually. I thought that they would always support, but like, maybe they don't support my tank units? It wasn't out of ammo. I think I have 4 ammo left. And it couldn't have been out of ammo. This is the 3rd turn. But fight sword bite to adjacent friendly units attacked by enemy armor. Well, those terms do apply here. Right, I'm gonna have to check the forums and such for that, because that is not intuitive, or at least it does not seem to apply to whatever I think is okay. Just like here, I'm also a bit confused as to why that happened. So it went fine for me initially, but the thing is that yeah, it's the Vicars against the Pioneers. Oh, they did support. Okay, I didn't see that for a second, but yeah, that's great actually, indeed. And then the Vicars is unable to fire. Yeah. Yeah, it's unclear to me how that works. Huh. So with a bit of luck, I should be able to make surrender both of these Matildas, or 3 Matildas, I guess. They might still have another counterattack since only turn 3 so far. But right, well, first thing that I need to do, shall you put you in here, you back, attack them. 1-4. That's unfair. You can't reach those guys. We at least got the Spitfire to reasonable levels as well. How to get a unit in there? Well, could use these guys to surround them. That'll be a first. Now these guys are probably better off just being destroyed, I think. They're too much in the way of me getting rid of these guys, so. Alright. Now, having the Stück out here would be fine. The biggest problem actually is putting the recon here without any protection. So maybe I'm best off like just keeping these guys surrounded for this turn, but then not really doing a whole lot with that. That seems best, and then I can at least make sure that that suppression sticks. Like, I don't see any armored units now, so I think using the Stück this way, like they'll be at 7 suppression next turn, which is good enough. Then I would be hard pressed to see them retreat, but I guess they could. Yeah, I can't finish all of the enemy units, or at least I'm expected to take some hits. Which is fine, the fighters are cheap. So I'm not overly concerned about taking a little bit of damage from my fighters. Or you can completely suck and be absolutely useless. That's fine too. Still a bit of spotting. I can probably surround these guys relatively easily. But let's investigate. Alright, so this recon might actually attack whatever is in here. Which does complicate things a little bit. Means I'm best off, even then, just putting infantry in there, most likely. Or this tank. That would work. Although, yeah, the recon doesn't have such high stats, so I think they would be fine. All right. I think at that point I can do this. Attack. Like again, I'm not super concerned about the Daimlers. I want to try and take care of this attack in one go. The enemy fighters have been mostly neutralized, I would say. And I do want to start pressing my advantage here. Yeah, let's actually move. So, for this mission, I don't think it's quite that as necessary to give them elites already. I guess for the anti-tank, that would be very useful still. Regardless, which is very expensive, but that's fine. Alright, like I said, I will also encircle these, so that both of those units are neutralized. Oh, wow. Well, I didn't need that, but I guess I got it anyway. I'm actually fine with moving them forward. That's a very specific reason. If they moved down here, they would still be encircled, and otherwise they would break out, and I don't want that. These guys can now move in here, technically. But moving you in there and you in there prevents such an opportunity. The only unit now that doesn't have air cover is this one. And I can do something against that by moving in here. And then the only unit that can attack it is this Matilda, which will have 7 suppression. So the maximum damage it will take is 1. And that protects the Panzer as well. I'm not going to attack because I want that unit to surrender on the next turn. They'll give me prestige. So... it's a somewhat tumultuous turn, actually. Yeah, that's fine. Just like that. Yeah. Expected them to go for this. And they are still surrounded. Very good, very good. I didn't expect these guys to go and attack, and it seems like my plan worked perfectly. Now... it seems like the enemy air force is likely just repairing this turn. So, as for them, this should be enough. Excellent. Did a bit more damage than I would have liked, but fine. Given that the AI is actually going to have those fighters back next turn, you can go around, and I don't think they stand any chance. Their attack is probably too weak, so let's just do this. Sweet. Alright, now that the worst enemy units have probably been cleared, I think we're good to go for the next stage of my plan. Which involves using recon and taking a look. Okay, so they actually have yet another tank, and not the weakest one at that, actually. It's interesting that that didn't attack yet, although even for these guys there are plenty of opportunities. So they're not out and down just yet. Well, I find most surprising that they have only 4 entrenchment. But I guess maybe they lost most of it there. At any rate, need to think about this one. Pretty hard at that, especially because of that Crusader, which is out of reach as well. Now, one thing that I could do is try to get an overrun here. No. That was quite a bit of wishful thinking on my part, but still thought it was fair to at least try to do it. Because it's the 25 pounder that I really want to encircle, although I could probably block that guy from multiple sides already. If I can get rid of this infantry. These guys are a joke. I just can't believe that we would be done with this mission so fast, but who knows? Yeah, Berkshire probably even they can't move there. Let's see though. Well, certainly I would have to shell them again. This is fine. Should have done it in a different order, though. At any rate, that should at least circle them. Wow. And if I shell them here, they will be suppressed for 5, and I don't really see them be capable of a whole lot here anymore. Don't know how they managed that, but it's pretty sad. However, yeah, let's use these anyway. Okay, so these and these will definitely just stay in place. The heavies will probably deal some damage, but that is not a big problem. What I think is probably a good idea, though, is move you here and protect myself on this side, like that. Why is that worthwhile? Well, it protects me against any armored unit that might possibly go there. And if I'm lucky, these guys won't try to shell there, but potentially the anti-aircraft gun. These guys will not be attacked, most likely, by any tanks. And infantry can't harm it, so they're safe. Let's see, though. You provide cover in that area, so I need... He's in here. I'm probably incapable of protecting all of it. You do have one vision, right? Whew, I just almost, almost messed up there. Since I can't encircle it this turn, I actually don't want to attack it for now. And would rather do this. And then we'll see how that goes. The one unit that ain't protected is this one and this one. I don't want to get a repeat of what happened before. I'll move you up as well. They'll have a range of 4 at that point, and that means that they have very good cover now. That's good. Now we know that they had a fighter, so it's not that great of an idea to do anything crazy. Let's just move them a bit closer. Sure, and then I can leave those. That's it, I think. Seems like, or at least if this turn goes well, we've recovered a bit. Oh, that's up here, right. Probably after the... Oh, after the tank. Huh. Okay, well... Oh, what? What? How? 1, 2, 3... Ah, wow. That's a neat trick from the AI. Huh. Didn't even see that coming. Luckily, the... And they also conveniently surrounded me here, but they fell into, well, something of a similar trap, I think, as well. That leaves them exposed. If I do this. Now, this is not without its risks, but I do think will serve me quite well here ultimately. Now, if I'm... No, moving further is not good against the Crusader at all. Right, I think... Getting all of them would be a challenge, at least for this turn, but the goal is to make them surrender. So in that case, Like, not these guys, though. They can just be destroyed. It's not an issue. You in here. You in here. They weren't encircled before anyhow, so for them it's not an issue as well. You in there. Okay, well, that didn't work. But that did. So captured the Daimler. Now. It's probably more beneficial for me to make the Crusader surrender, or at least this one. Even though I can't shell it with artillery. Or at least weaken it enough. Don't... Fine game. Expect you to be able to reach it, it's just barely. Yeah. Alright. Oh, you cannot go any further? Alright, they'll have 5, they'll be at 7 afterwards. So any attack they'll have, it's not going to be useful. But that means that I don't really want to attack that anymore, I think. Although I could move into Stug, technically. This might be a tad much, but I will certainly move you in here. Make sure they can't escape. These also need to be encircled, but I can manage that. Oh, really? Now I don't have a unit that can go in here. It's becoming problematic. I'll just make sure that this also doesn't get to do a whole lot. They'll be able to attack with 5, but then with reduced strength. Alright, let's just go here, you in here, at least shell them again. Absolutely no luck whatsoever. Let's do this, hopefully. That will get that suppression a bit higher. 2 damage is also fine. It will have 7 out of 7 suppression at that point, so that doesn't do a whole lot. These guys are encircled, these are encircled, and that means that I can now focus on them as well. Right. They should definitely try to protect this. Depending on how many encirclements go in that sector, I'll have to see. This is an E version, so let's attack there first. Okay, they're pushed back, good. So these guys moving in here means they'll have that there. Because you can go in here, they will have the connection like that, there, there. They'll be at 9 out of 11. Alright, so they're encircled. The units that don't have protection are this one. So I might be able to create an ambush with the fighter here. I do need to protect the tank. Well, I guess I cannot. They're likely just gonna go and attack at that point, though. And we'll see what they do. Still have plenty of turns here. Really? Yeah, I couldn't protect everything, I guess. That's fine. The